Alright guys, it looks like we are rolling. Hey, how is everyone doing? It's your buddy Jake Dominguez back with another movie review. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Today I'm going to talk about a movie that I have not been able to stop thinking about ever since I saw it. Watched it a few days ago, The Florida Project. I was not able to see this movie in the theater, so I rented it as soon as it was available to rent. Finally watched it, haven't been able to stop thinking of it since. Man, this is a really special movie. It's also a movie that's almost impossible for me to review. But I'll talk more about that in a bit. So The Florida Project is a movie from 2017, and it has been one of the more heavy kind of awards contenders around award seasons as it goes. It has, I think, one Oscar nomination for Willem Dafoe in this film. Which, you know how it is. It's the same thing with all this sorts of awards season journalism stuff. A lot of people were angry that the Florida Project was snubbed. They wanted this movie to get more awards. Having seen the movie, I can totally understand why. Which, yeah, I mean, that's just pretty much normal. There's always that one movie. There's always more than one movie that doesn't get nominated for all the Oscars, even if it completely deserves it. That's just the way it is. I think A24, which is really becoming one of my favorite movie studios, who made and distributed this film, I think they put most of their resources into promoting Lady Bird and The Disaster Artist, which I haven't seen yet, unfortunately, for their awards. So, I don't know. That's kind of how it goes sometimes, and it is a shame. But let's not worry about awards right now. Let's talk about this film. It is directed and co-written by Sean Baker, who's probably most known for his movie Tangerine, which was famously shot on an iPhone and stuff like that. I haven't seen that film. I'm unfortunately pretty unfamiliar with Sean Baker's work. After seeing this movie, I think I've been missing out. I need to see more of his movies. The Florida Project tells the story of a little girl. I think she's 6 or so, maybe. And it tells the story of her life living kind of right near Disney World in around Florida, basically. And she basically lives with her mother in this hotel. Not even a hotel, it's like a motel thing, basically. And they're dirt poor. Her mother is basically jobless, trying to earn money, trying to get food so she can, feed her child. And we kind of just see her life. With her friends, growing up, having fun, learning the dangers of the world, learning the beauties of the world, and all that stuff. That is the plot of this film. Here's the thing, guys. This movie is impossible for me to review. Not only because it's so above me, but because the way it's hard to put this movie into words, because the way I describe it doesn't sound like how it actually is. Look at that plot synopsis that I very badly just explained. From that plot synopsis, it probably sounds like your typical coming-of-age story. Which it is, but it's really not. It's more than that. It probably sounds kind of maudlin, kind of cheesy, that sort of thing, right? Little girl, her mom's poor. It's going to be like one of those commercials you see on TV that's like, support the poor, give money to this location, or something like that. But it's not that at all. On one hand, it sounds like maybe kind of almost a political kind of film in a way about what capitalism does to the poor and stuff like that. Which I suppose you can look at it that way, but it really isn't. This movie is completely different from all that. I almost can't even put it into words. It's just a movie you have to go see. And I couldn't recommend it enough. I loved The Florida Project. It's still resonating with me. I still have to think about this movie. But this is one of my favorite movies that came out from 2017. I'm not a big best movies of the year list kind of guy. I probably will make one eventually. Maybe before the Oscars. I don't know. But if you guys have seen some of my prior videos in the past, you know what my favorite movies of the last year was. Get Out, The Last Jedi. There was lots of great films. But this is right up there. Maybe top 3 best films from last year. This is an excellent, powerful, extraordinary movie. And it's you almost just need to see it. You know what I mean? I almost can't do it justice by talking about it. This film is so incredibly joyous. You feel so happy while you're watching it. It is a film that celebrates life, and you see it from the perspective of a child in an environment that doesn't really get shown very much anywhere. And it feels incredibly unique. I almost can't think of another movie that is like this, even though I've seen, similar quote unquote coming of age kind of things before. But this is so differently, and it's so much more than that. And it is just extraordinary to watch. It is a joyous watch, but also incredibly sad and incredibly heartbreaking. It's life through the eyes of a child, basically. And again, we feel like you've seen this before. The filmmaker Sean Baker even talked about how he was kind of influenced by the Little Rascals shorts, in a sense, when he was casting this movie and portraying children in this film. Which I can kind of see. I used to watch those old Little Rascal shorts. My dad had some VHSs of them. Like, one of them had Leonard Maltin introducing it. I think we still have those. But they're really funny. And they're also really charming and hopeful. And this movie has that. But it also just shows, the dark side of the world as well. The character in this film, Moody, who is played brilliantly by Brooklynn Prince, I believe that's her name, and she is a revelation in this film. Her performance in this is incredible. It is a miracle performance. My goodness, she is amazing. As well, the rest of the cast is amazing. Gosh, I almost lost my train of thought here. But we see her learn so much about the world around her and how the world works. And it almost has the feel of, the intimacy and the realness of a John Cassavetes film or something like that. You feel like you're there. You feel like you're in this world. You feel like you know these characters and you want to keep being with these characters as the film progresses. It also feels like almost like a Terrence Malick film, who's one of my favorite filmmakers. And the way it just portrays moment and moment and moment. That's what life is, right? Just moments. It's not movie scenes, per se, right? And the way this film portrays that is so brilliantly and so well done that I just completely fell in love with this film. It is also beautiful to look at. When you think of a beautiful movie, what do you think about? We usually think of films that are really, like for instance, Black Panther, which hopefully I'll have a movie review out for soon, is a beautiful movie, right? It is lovely. You can tell millions of dollars was spent on making the world of Wakanda and all that look just gorgeous. All the costumes, everything. It is a beautiful, lovely movie to look at. But this is just a small, independent movie about something as normal as the poor in Florida. And it is gorgeous. Like, it is insanely gorgeous. There are shots in this movie where I literally was just like, wow. It is beautiful. There's shots. I'm wondering not how they did that almost, but just, it's so well directed and so well photographed. It is a gorgeous movie. And overall, this is just an absolutely amazing movie that I can't say enough good things about. Willem Dafoe, man, this is one of the best he's been in a long time. He's great in everything, but Willem Dafoe is excellent in this film. His character is just really special. But the character that almost most impressed me, besides, the main character, the little girl, is her mother. Now, I'm kind of blanking on the actress who plays her mother's name. I'll put it down in the description below, I'm sorry. But I probably would mispronounce it anyway. Let's be honest, it's me. But apparently what's interesting about her is that the character of the mother is played by someone who hasn't done any acting before. She was an Instagram model, and that's where the director, Sean Baker, discovered her, basically. And he had her come in and audition, and she got the part. That's pretty incredible. They talk about this in the bonus features when I rented it. I just couldn't believe it, but at the same time, it made perfect sense. She plays an extraordinarily complicated character. And she plays it perfectly, because she doesn't seem like an actress. You could get any sort of movie star like Willem Dafoe or somebody like that kind of caliber to play this role, and she would do a great job. But it doesn't feel as real and it just doesn't feel as real as the way she portrays this character. Interestingly enough, a few of my reviews recently have done about how movies can cause empathy for someone and make you understand someone who doesn't necessarily make the best decisions, right? My reviews of 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri and I, Tonya both kind of deal with that theme, right? They're not the best people, they're making bad decisions, but the movies make you understand those decisions and why these characters are doing what they're doing, while not necessarily promoting the actions they're doing as, the right actions. The Florida Project does it better than probably any of those films. Not that it's a contest or anything, but the way the mother lives, she makes some pretty hard decisions. It's hard to watch this movie at times. But you do care about her. You understand her. And you do kind of hope for her to make the best decisions, even when she makes those poor ones. I don't know, guys. It's hard for me to talk about this movie. You just kind of need to see it. And the only real flaw I have with the Florida Project, and it's not even really a flaw, and if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about here. I thought this movie was basically, as perfect a movie can be until, or not necessarily until, I hate to put it like that, but until the ending. It's not bad, but it's different. The ending for this film is something that only a brave filmmaker would do. It's something only a great filmmaker would do. And when I was watching it, it completely took me out of the movie. I was blown away. I was like, wow. I was almost yelling at my TV. I was like, oh my goodness. And then it ended. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And I think it's going to be very controversial with some viewers. Well, it is controversial because I went online. I'm like, what do people think about this? And it's pretty mixed. And I respect Sean Baker and the rest of the filmmakers so much for doing this ending. And I think I understand why that ending was done. I feel like I understand the intention and what the point of it is. But I don't know. It's very open to interpretation. And I'd be lying if I said it 100% worked for me. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still wondering how I feel about it. I need to see the movie again now that I know that ending is coming. We'll see how it fits with the rest of the movie. I don't know. It's really interesting. I'm willing to, if you've seen the film, let me know what you thought of the ending down below, because it's very, I feel like that's the movie. I feel like I think I get the message, or some of the messages that it's giving. But it's jarring. Which, although I think that's 100% the point, it's still I don't know how I feel about that. Other than that, this movie is masterfully made. I can't recommend this movie enough. You just kind of have to see it, because my words can't do the Florida Project any justice. I'm going to give this film an A. Great movie. Excellent film. I got to check out the rest of Sean Baker's work. Brilliant film. Well, guys, get ready for more reviews coming up very soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. It really means the world to me. Thank you so much. If you liked it, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. It really does help me out. Thank you so much for doing that and for watching this video in general. It means the world to me. Thank you so much for all you guys do. And never forget, I'm your friend. I'm always going to be there for you. Thank you guys so much for being my friends. You guys are the best, and I will see you next time.